Hi guys, this is Lucas or Dooku or whatever you want to call me. Figured I'd make this video because I don't have very much longer in the UK. So yeah, I've recorded some footage from a walk that I go on quite often. This is the walk to Studley Park, which is quite close to where I've been living. Unfortunately, I recorded the way there, so it's about 40 minutes worth of footage, but unfortunately my phone just did a really shit job of filming it, to be honest with you. You can kind of see it. I think what it's called is what was it called? Lens rolling? No, not that. Shutter rolling. Yeah, I think it's called this kind of like distorted effect that you can kind of see on the screen. It's like shutter rolling or whatnot. I guess that maybe it's a setting. I just never noticed it, which is unfortunate because it really does make it look like shit. And I've tried to fix it, but to be honest, I think there is a thing in Sony Vegas where I can fix it, but my computer is so shit that it literally just crashes when I try to do it. So unfortunately, we're just gonna have to stick with this. But yeah, this is a walk that I go on often. This is the walk to Studley. It's pretty nice. The video really doesn't do it justice. Also, I originally planned on having audio for this video. Like I was going to try and like do the voiceover. Well, not the voiceover. I was going to speak while I was filming, but it was too windy, so you couldn't really hear me. For one, and two, it was just a little bit too awkward because if there were any people, which sometimes there were, then it was just kind of like weird. I mean, it was already weird enough like to be like holding, your phone out like when you're on a walk, cause there's not very many people out here, and it's like if you do that, they just, I don't know, they can tell that you're just the biggest foreigner ever. So anyways, this is a voiceover, so I'm not actually on the walk, as you can imagine, when I'm recording this. But yeah, so I'm not really gonna talk too much about the walk, just because, I mean, it's just more so just something in the background that you can look at, you can watch if it interests you. Just something that, just something for your eyes to do while you listen to this, really. But it's more like a podcast, to be honest. I don't know how long this is gonna be. Also, I should apologize. There's someone doing some sort of lawn work outside, mowing their lawn right next door, so it's like really loud. You can probably hear that, but I don't know. I'll try and take out as much background noise as possible, but yeah. So sorry about that. Anyways, I guess I'll get to like the kind of the concept of this video, or the main point of this video, which is kind of like an update. Like I said in the beginning, I don't have much more time in the UK. I'll speak more about it later, but I've bought my ticket back to America, so I don't have much longer. I have about 2 weeks, not even 12 days. 12 days from recording this, and I don't know if I'll post this on the same day. We'll see. Until I go back. So I kind of want to just make as much stuff as I can now, because again, as I'll mention later, I'm gonna get really busy, so I don't know how much I'll be able to do. But anyways, in this video, I kind of just want to talk about some stuff regarding my time that I have left in the UK. Also, just like future things, like ideas for videos. I have lots of ideas for videos I want to make. Some completely unrelated to like AJATT and Japanese and stuff like that, and then others that are related to Japanese. So yeah, if you're interested in that, definitely keep watching. And if you hear an idea or whatnot that I said, and you like it, you think it'd be interesting, then you know, leave a comment, and I'll definitely consider it. I'll probably end up making it, to be honest with you. So yeah, ideas for future videos, plans for the future, I guess. And yeah, I mean, just an overall update, I guess. So yeah, I guess I'll just get into it. I don't really have anything written down, so this is really just off the cuff. But yeah, okay. So I've already mentioned my time in the UK. I've got about 12 days left, which is really short, but yeah. I guess I'll just get straight into video ideas, because that is something that I did want to talk about. Let me just pull up this. One second. Alright, so I have a lot of video ideas. I'm not going to do this in any particular order. So yeah, I'll just say the idea and kind of explain about it. So one of the ideas I have is a video talking about why I didn't study abroad in Japan while I was still in high school. Again, this is not in any particular order, but this is obviously one that has to relates to like Japan and Japanese and stuff. This is kind of an interesting one. This is probably what the title would be, by the way, why I didn't study abroad in Japan while I was still in high school, or something like that. But, you know, as the title states, pretty much, you know, why I didn't, you know, especially if I did have the opportunity, which, I mean, in the video I would kind of go into more depth into, but, yeah, I would explain my reasoning, because it was actually quite the opposite. When I was still doing high school, when I was still in high school, I guess, it was a complete 180, because I always wanted to go to Japan, and I saw study abroad as something I could do to get to Japan, so it was very intriguing to me, so I really wanted to do it. But at the end of my junior year, which was the year that I was going to do, well, I wanted to do study abroad in, I actually did a full 180, and this video would basically be explaining how I went from, you know, really wanting to do it to actually not really wanting to do it. So yeah, that's one video idea I have. I think that'd actually be a pretty good one, and it wouldn't be extremely long either, but it would be interesting because it was something that I was very passionate about, like I was really interested in doing, and I did like take action in doing it. So yeah, I think that would be an interesting one. Let's see. Oh jeez, I have some here that I don't know if I really want to do that, so I won't mention that one. Okay. I have this is just one, but the chocolate mint ice cream clip from Uzaki-chan wa Asobitai. Uzaki wants to play, or Uzaki wants to hang out, or whatever it is in English. That is a clip that I subbed, like I did my own subtitles for, and I like purposely tried to make them funny. It's another anime clip. If you've noticed, if you see my channel, you kind of noticed, but I like posting these random clips from anime because I think there's a lot of really funny stuff and just random stuff. So this is just one. I have loads of these clips on my computer from like back when I was doing AJATT really hardcore. So because I would just record these clips, and I just have a whole folder on my computer with them. And some of them I want to like try and subtitle, like either in a funny way or a serious way, and then post that on my YouTube. So yeah, that's like another one, more anime clips, but some subtitled. And the chocolate mint one is like a good one because I spent loads of time on that one, and it's already done. Like I could upload it now. It's just every single time I try and upload it, it gets copyright striked. Even when I've tried to do basically everything, but it still gets copyrighted. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that one. I'll figure it out, but if I could get it up, that'd be amazing. But yeah, in general, just more anime clips, I guess. Oh, here's another anime clip, I guess, but these are kind of like, no one will know these, but Rikishi Tai Joe, or Rikishi versus Joe from Ashita Joe, which is a really old boxing anime, which is really good anime. If you've never watched it, I definitely recommend it. It's from like 1970 or some shit. It's a really old anime, but it is very good. And yeah, that's a very good like scene, like a fight between like two of the main characters, and I would like almost make it into like an AMV I think, because I would like just combine all these clips and then add some music and then also do subtitles. So I think that could be a cool video. Again, another anime clip type of thing, but this is kind of just a general one, just video of me speaking Japanese to someone. You know, pretty self-explanatory, just, you know, speaking Japanese, and it would be good too because I don't really have any videos actually on my channel where I'm speaking Japanese, so I think it would be good for people. You know, it might be interesting to see like how my Japanese sounds or whatnot. And it's actually kind of unfortunate because I'll explain. I'll just explain it now. But when Max and I were in London, there was a few times where we had pretty good opportunities to speak Japanese, and I did speak Japanese like 3 times in London. On 3 different occasions, and there were actually really good reactions, and I very much regret not filming it at the time. But obviously, at the time, you know, we didn't really expect anything out of it, so that's why. But something like that, you know, just like even just something simple like, you know, well, maybe when I'm back in America, I could do a video, you know, go to a Japanese restaurant or something and speak Japanese and then get someone to record it or something, and that might be a good video, so I'm sure someone would enjoy that. So that's one. This is actually a really big one, the next one I'm going to mention. This is like one of the biggest videos I've like been wanting to make, but it's obviously something that I want to put like more thought into. But basically it'd be called something like my Japanese journey, and then like graduating from AJATT or something like that. Something very corny, kind of like clickbait, but still true, because it's like that would be what the video is about. If any of you have watched Matt vs. Japan's 3-hour video, it'd be something similar to that, but obviously it would be like my own version. I don't know how long it'd be. I'm sure it'd be at least over an hour. But yeah, I mean, just like the title, it would just be going over like my entire experience studying, acquiring Japanese, you know, doing it through AJATT, all Japanese all the time, and just like going through everything, like how I started, like when I started, exactly how I started, what I used in the beginning, like just making my way through the journey, you know, step by step, just kind of explaining it thoroughly. And then at the end, I would kind of explain, it's kind of not really spoilers, but to give you an idea, I mean, you already heard the title, so I'm sure you can imagine, but basically be explaining, you know, kind of how I'm graduating from AJATT, or how I'm kind of like moving on with my life, kind of, not that I'm done with Japanese, but I'm kind of like doing other things now. So it'd be like explaining that, and yeah. So I don't want to get too into that, because that's obviously like what I want to talk about in the video. This is also, these are all like Japanese related. This is also pretty similar to the just speaking Japanese to someone one, but more simple, I guess. It's just a Japanese jiko shoukai video. So like self-introduction. This could be like literally 5 minutes if I didn't go that in depth. But yeah, I mean, I figured it'd be good considering all the other people doing AJATT that have YouTube channels do this, and it seems to be a popular like video to do. So yeah, so that's one. This is another one kind of related to the graduating from AJATT video, but basically why I think, I don't know what the title would be, but it'd be something, the theme would be something around the lines of why I think you shouldn't devote yourself to Japanese or AJATT as like a long-term thing, which might sound obvious. Like I said, I don't know what the title would be. That might sound obvious, but I actually think there's like a lot of good insight that I have now after having been doing this for like 4 or 5 years now. So I think there's a lot of insight that I've come to that I could share with other people that could be of use to someone. So yeah, that's another video idea. And yeah, I mean, I've got more ideas. I've got ideas that I like of videos that I want to make maybe when I'm back in America. But I think I'm just gonna end this section of the video ideas bit and just kind of talk more about my future plans, just in life and also with the channel and when I'm back in America and what I'm gonna do and all that stuff. So again, if you've been listening to all these ideas for videos and stuff, and if you thought something something sounded interesting, then feel free to let me know in the comments. And again, I'll probably end up making a video about it. So especially if there's someone letting me know that is something they want to see. So yeah, future plans, I guess. So I'll start off with just kind of like life stuff. So like I said, I've got 12 days until I go back to America. So it's the 18th when I'm recording this. So it's the 30th is when I get on the plane to go back. So I'll make another video kind of explaining more about the America thing, like the situation probably. But just like to put it shortly, I'm going to Washington, so the West Coast of America, the United States, and that's somewhere I've never lived before. In fact, I've never even been there. So I've never been there. I've never lived there, and I don't know anyone there. So a lot of people might think it's kind of like a radical thing to like go there as opposed to the place that I am from and I might be more used to. But I figure if I'm gonna have to go back anyways, I might as well go somewhere new, and who knows, maybe, I don't know, have like more experiences, and stuff like that, and that could be fun, or I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going there in the greater Seattle area. So if anyone's watching this who knows about that area, then you'll know about that area. Not in Seattle, but just in the greater Seattle area. So yeah, I'll arrive on the 30th. My plan is to start working as soon as possible. Oops, I did not mean to do that. My plan is to start working as soon as possible. And this is like what I mean, and there's so much stuff to talk about. I could make a whole nother video basically talking, in fact I probably will, talking about the whole situation, because I think, not to kind of like hoot my own horn, but like at the same time, I think what I'm doing is pretty, like, a lot of people might think it's quite outrageous, because I'm basically moving somewhere that I've never been, I don't know anyone there, and I also have no money, essentially. I'm like pretty broke, so I'm moving there with like essentially nothing, and just like trying to make it. And so if you're interested in like more of the details, please let me know, because that's actually something I'll probably end up making anyway. But anyway, yeah, so moving in the greater Seattle area, I'll get there the 30th. I'm going to try and start work as soon as possible. I'm planning on getting a job at an Amazon fulfillment center in a city really close to the one I'm going to be living in, just because it's kind of like an easy job to get off the start. So that's my plan. And then the greater picture is to be working and saving up money, because I haven't really explained it, but the plan is, going back to America, is that my girlfriend will actually be coming to America in March, which is whenever she not only graduates school but also turns 20, which in Japan is the kind of, I don't know how you say it, the age of maturity, like it's when you become like a quote-unquote adult. And so she's gonna come to America when she's 20, so in March. So I basically have about 6 months to work, save up as much money as possible, and get us a place that we can both live in. And then eventually, once we had lived together and saved enough money, the plan then is to go back to Japan, but this time together. So that's kind of like the very like simplicated way to put it. In the meantime, some things that I want to do after finding a job and stuff is, one, I plan on getting my driver's license very soon. Because I'm only 18, I had my learner's permit back when I was in Florida. Because the laws are kind of backwards in America, you have to have your learner's permit for a whole year before you can even apply to get your driver's license, if you're under 18. However, if you were 18, you don't even have to get a learner's permit. You can just apply directly for the driver's license, and if you pass the written and the actual physical test, then you get it. So now that I'm 18, I'll be able to get it, whereas before I wasn't able to. So that's something I want to do. And obviously, I whenever my girlfriend comes, I would like to have a car. That way I can, take her places and we can go and do things and all that. And just in general, I mean, it's, although very expensive, probably the most reliable form of transportation out there. So that's one thing. And then there's like some other minor things, but for the gist, like, that's mostly it. To kind of like put it simply, that is kind of like the broad plan, right? Is go back to America, start working, save as much money as possible, and then when my girlfriend comes, live with her. I don't know how long it could be. It could be only a few months, or it could be half a year, or it could be a year. I'd highly doubt it being over a year. But then the end goal is still to live in Japan with my girlfriend. Yeah, so that's kind of like where I'm at now. Also, the living situation that I have kind of set up for when I go back to America, before Yuzu comes, just me, when it's just me, is quite interesting. I'm actually gonna, I found a really cheap place. It's not my own place, but it's room share basically. So it's like I'd be having roommates. In my case, I'd have 2 roommates. I don't know why I'm saying I'm gonna have 2 roommates. But the interesting thing is actually one of my roommates is Japanese. And this was pretty funny because I was looking all over Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, apartments.com, shit like that. And the cheapest one just so happens to be a Japanese person who's studying abroad. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like win-win, and it is a kind of interesting situation. There's more that I can talk about it, so again, if you're interested, just let me know. Leave a comment, and I'll make another video, which I'm probably going to do anyways, because it's quite funny. I think I could make a video where I just kind of name it something like how my Japanese ability saved me from homelessness or some shit like that, which is always a huge overstatement or over-exaggeration, but is somewhat true. I mean, I'm very fortunate, to say the least, because if it weren't for this person, then I could be really, not screwed, but I would just have a really hard time, just because of my circumstance, because I'm not only not in the state or city, but I'm all the way in a different country, in a different continent. I've just turned 18. I have no credit history, even though I've lived on my own before, and I have lease papers and receipts to prove it. It doesn't really matter because I don't have any credit history. I don't have a credit score because I've never used a credit card. That, and also not having a job or proof of income until I get there, because even if I can get which I have got a job offer for Amazon, because I'm not working there yet. I can't obviously prove income. So like basically everything is not on my side. So if it weren't for this person who is being very like, I don't want to say generous, because I am still paying rent and I'm going to be paying bills and stuff, but they weren't nice enough to be open-minded and help me out. So yeah, that's another video idea I have planned. But yeah, it's interesting situation. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I'm kind of. I have a mix of emotions right now. I don't really know how to feel, because with only 12 days left in the UK, I mean, I have been here the past nearly, 4.5 months, something like that. Well, I mean, by the time I go, it'd be about 4.5 months or something. So we'll just round it up and say about 5 months. You know, I've been here in the UK. So I've kind of gotten used to it, you know, and obviously, you know, Max and his family, and it's like, I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely gonna be tough, really tough. And yeah, I don't want to get too like whatever emotional, but it will be tough. But if I'm going to be positive about things, or a positive way of looking at things is, at least I'll be busy, you know, I'll stay busy. So I won't, you know, worst case scenario, I'll always be doing something, you know, whether it be working or whatever. Well, most of it will be working, because I'd imagine I'd be doing a lot of that. I won't have too much time to kind of like whatever, which is actually a good thing, I think, in some ways. You know, like a busy schedule, you know, doesn't allow for too much, you know, dark thoughts or whatever, you know. But yeah, so am I excited? I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely excited, you know, to see my girlfriend again. That it's like a really big thing. And I mean, as long as everything goes well, then, you know, I definitely have something to look forward to, and that's like what matters the most. But I mean, it is scary, not gonna lie. I mean, it's a big thing. You know, it's, because again, like I said, it's not like I'm just, you know, going to another city or town or whatnot. Like I'm moving to a whole different state, you know, in a part of the country I've never even been. I've never even lived in the West Coast. I might make another video about like why I chose that specific area. I don't know if it's like if there's like that much to talk about it to the point where it's worth making a video over, but yeah, I don't know. It is scary, but I don't know. I'll make it work. Last comments. Yeah, so I talked about ideas for future videos. I will say though, kind of with regards to this channel and stuff, I know like obviously I don't have very many subscribers and there's not very many people watching these, I'd imagine, but even then it's still like, it's more so like for myself, like just to be able to look back. In fact, this video, the whole reason why I wanted to take this footage of this walk is so that I could remember it, because this is a walk that I go on really often, and it's a nice walk. I really like Studley Park. If you ever come to the UK, then you should check it out. It's a nice park, and there's loads of nature in the UK. It's a really beautiful country, honestly. So, but yeah, like I said, this is all mostly just for me. But still, even with that being said, I would, you know, like obviously if I could meet people or make friends, or you know, even just help someone out by making these type of videos. So yeah, that is kind of like the goal that I'm doing it with. But what I was gonna say is that because when I go back to America, it's gonna be especially for like the first month, I'd imagine. For the first month or two, it's gonna be quite a struggle. So I don't know how much I'll be updating this channel. I mean, who knows? Maybe things will go great, and I'll only be struggling for like a week or two, and in that case, maybe I'll be posting just as much videos, but I highly doubt it. I might end up having to kind of put a lot of stuff on the side until I get everything sorted out for a bit. So yeah, I mean, that's just the reality of it. Let's see. I don't know how long this is going. I've been speaking for about 30 minutes. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty accurate. So I've got about 10 more minutes-ish of content, so 10 more minutes to fill the gap. Yeah, so might not be making too much videos for the month of September. We'll see. I mean, hopefully I am, but if not, whatever. Some other random things, I guess for the last 10 minutes or whatnot, I'll just kind of ramble. I will say again, this walk, this isn't the full walk. I mean, this is just the way there, and in fact, this is the quickest way there. There's like other routes you can take, but this is just the quickest way, the way that I normally go, because I don't know, and I think it's still pretty scenic even though it's the quickest. But yeah, I don't walk back in this video, which is like, there's like more, it's not the same, it's not like you just go back the same way you came. It's like a different part, which is also very scenic too. But who knows, maybe I'll record that and I'll use that footage for another time. But anyways, yeah, just wanted to mention that. And I didn't even really go through that much of the park. I just went to the place that I always go to. It's like a hill on the very top. Not on the very top, but it's just a hill kind of overlooking the lake. There's this giant lake in the middle. And yeah, I always like sit there and read or do meditation or just, I don't know, relax. So this video is just me getting to that point. Anyway, I guess to just fill the void for however long, some random things. I made a small Discord server. I had a Discord server before. It was for Oikisama, which is my website, which, by the way, if you're watching to this point, I haven't been updating it that much recently, but I still have some pretty decent posts on there. So if you're interested, go check it out. I'll leave it in the description. But yeah, I had a Discord server before for Oikisama, and I kind of regret, because I made it into like a Patreon only thing, and I didn't really have any patrons, and I don't know why I even did that, to be honest, because I definitely don't have enough like fans or whatnot to be doing that. But I've decided like I'm not going to do that again, because it's just dumb. So yeah, it's just free, whatever. It's just a small server. There's like 4 or 5 people in it right now, and they're all just like my friends. But if you're interested in and you want to like message me or something like that, then I'll leave that in the description too, and you can join and say hello. And yeah, what else? Trying to think. Another thing is, obviously, since we only have 12 days left, and let's see, 4 of those days, I think, right? 4 of those days Max is working, so we won't be able to do too much. But because there's only that much time left, hopefully we'll like be doing as much stuff and just making as much memories, as many memories as we can, until I have to go back. But also, I kind of realized I never really fully explained why it is I'm like going back. I mean, I did kinda, I guess. If you watch the live stream where it's just called Possibly Going Back to America, and it's like a picture of like my face, or not picture, it's like my webcam over Kasuga Kyosuke from Orange Road, where Ayukawa is like trying to give him a kiss or whatnot. If you watch that video, you probably get the gist of it. But if that is like too long, or if anyone wants me to like make a more like simplified I don't know, more concise video about it, then just let me know, and yeah, I could do that. It's not too complicated, I guess, but I don't really know what else to talk about. Here's another couple ideas that I have. I have so many ideas. It's just motivation, really, to make these videos. Another idea I have is I want to make a video called like Why Core or Kimagure Orange Road or Kimagure Orange Road is the best anime ever or something like that. Some title like that, and I would just kind of like talk about it while I'd have like all these clips, like really good clips from Core and like some really good OST from Core, because Core, if you don't know, Core Kimagure Orange Road is like my favorite anime of all time. It's the guy you see in the profile picture, it's the thumbnail for the video on my channel that has the most views. If you haven't watched it, you really should. It's an amazing anime. Like I said, my favorite anime. But yeah, that's one idea I have. I want to make a video just kind of explaining or just talking about it and like with clips in the background. And to be honest, I don't even think it'll get copyrighted because it's like it was made in like the 80s, like 1985 or 1986 or something like that. So I don't know, maybe. But yeah, that's another idea. And then if I was gonna do that, then I should make other videos too about some other really good anime, like my top 5 favorite anime. And then if I was to do that, then I'd have to talk about Maison Ikoku, or I think in English it's just Mason Ikoku, because that is also a phenomenal anime. And then like even just ones I'm watching like now, I guess. Watching another really good anime called Marmalade Boy. In fact, since there's a pattern in all these anime, which is that they're really old, which is kind of like the theme of the anime that I watch, I'll probably end up making a video just talking about why I think old anime is better than the new anime, because that is something that I wholeheartedly believe. But yeah, just talking about the style of like old anime compared to like new anime, and just the music and stuff, because it definitely is like a lot different. So yeah, I've got a few more minutes until this is over. What else should I speak about? I don't really know how I want to finish this video off. So I guess finally I'll just say, I mean, there's definitely a lot more that I want to talk about, but at this point I'm just kind of like rambling, just like stumbling. So I'll just end this by saying, if there's anything that you guys like want to see, or if anyone's watched this bit and you're listening to this now, if there's anything that you want to see or like whatever, just let me know. And I'll definitely do it, and I'll leave like all the links and stuff for like my social media, my new Twitter account, Oikisama, my blog, and the Discord link and stuff if you want to join. And also, I guess this is just something to, I know like most of my views and probably most of the subscribers that I have on this channel are kind of like the AJATT or language learning, or like kind of, yeah, that type of community. And although I do like it, and I am still in that community to an extent, I do kind of want to like start branching off and like making videos not just about language learning and stuff, like, even though to be fair I only have like 3 or 4 videos about AJATT, I do kind of just want to make like normal vlogs, or just kind of like videos just talking about stuff and explaining like my opinion on certain things or stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, if you're interested, you know, again, just leave a comment, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I've never hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, so if I could get to that, I think that would be pretty cool. And it would definitely motivate me to do more videos and stuff, because again, like I said, I have loads of ideas. It's just about motivation. So yeah, the footage is about to end here soon for my walk. I'm just going up this hill right now, and you'll see a very nice view. You can see the lake and stuff. It's actually not that nice looking right now, because it's quite shallow. Normally it doesn't look like this. I don't know, maybe it's because of the wind or something. But still really nice view, and it's a nice place. No one really comes up here, or sometimes they do, but yeah, nice place. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.